Okay, so in this video, most of this is the same factoring you did in the Algebra 1 course. So I'm just going to go through the ones that are important, I guess, or the ones that probably need some further directions. Most of these, as you can see over here to the right in the right screen, are just the simple guess and check, just looking for the factors of the last term that add up to be the middle term. So I'm going to, that's difference of squares. So remember, difference of squares is where you take the square root of the first and the last term, and you use different signs because the last term is negative. So I'm going to scroll through here. That one's can be written as p minus 6, p minus 6. Okay, greatest common factor. Those type will be on there. Again, last term, find the factors of the last term, add it to be the middle term. And I'm looking for number 8. Okay, so number 8, they have the first term is negative. So if the first term is negative, you first need to factor out a negative greatest common factor. So in this case, it's just -1. So we're dividing each term by -1. So what that does is it changes the sign. So this is now x squared minus 18x plus 45. X. All right, so now we're looking for the factors of 45 that add up to be 18, and that is x minus 15, x minus 3. So when we bring down this -1, just bring it down as a negative sign. Okay. All right, so that's number 8. Number 9. Again, these are all, most of these are just finding the factors of the last term that add up to be the middle term. All right, next I'm looking for number 14. Greatest common factor. Okay, so number 14, this one we're looking for the factors. I was hoping this was going to scroll up, but it doesn't look like it. We're looking for the factors of, I'm sorry, first we're looking for the greatest common factor. So that's 7. So we divide each term by 7. And then look for the, let me just clear the page here because it's not going to scroll like it said it was going to do. Okay, so 7 x squared minus 7x minus 210. Okay, so the greatest common factor was 7. Divide, and you get x squared minus x minus 30. So this is a greatest common factor problem. We did do some of these. I just wanted to quickly remind you about that. And then it's just going to be the factors of the last term that add up to be the middle term. All right, so let's scroll on through. That is just a guess and check. So you guess, and then you check by using FOIL. That also is a guess and check. Difference of squares. Okay, difference of squares. All right, we're going to look at number 19. This is another one that you're looking for the greatest common factor first. And notice on this one it says factor completely, so that's kind of a little hint. So v squared minus 4. And then v squared minus 4 is difference of squares. So none of these are new type of factoring problems. I just wanted to refresh your memory on some of these. Okay, number 20, another one that we're looking for the greatest common factor first. And notice it even says in the directions, factor first, factor by first, factoring out the greatest common factor. So make sure you read the directions on these. On this one, we're factoring out the 5. So we're dividing each term by 5. And then this is a guess and check. So the factors of 3x squared are 3x and x. The factors of -2 are 2 and 1. And I want a -1. So you can check by using FOIL. So it's 3x squared, negative 3x, plus 2x, and then minus 2. So that does give me my negative 1x right there. So the answer is 5, and then parentheses 3x plus 2, x minus 1. All right, number, let's see, 21. Is doing the same thing. Okay, number 22. All right, so this one is a word problem. It says the area in square feet of a rectangular field is x squared minus 130x plus 4,000. Now, they give us the width. The width is x minus 50. We're trying to find the length. So really, all you have to do is take this last term, 4,000, and divide it by this term, negative 50. And that will give you what goes here. So x minus 80. So it was actually easier. I wanted you to see that was actually easier than it looks because it's a word problem. Okay. Number 23 is another one of those problems where you have to do the greatest common factor. Notice it says factor completely. Whenever you're writing this one down, if you do write this one down, make sure that you pay attention to that. That's an S. Okay, so then you're just going to do the greatest common factor. So we already did one similar to this before. Okay, and then the last one, number 24, is one we haven't done exactly like this before. Notice it's got an x to the fourth term and a y to the fourth term. And 625 is a perfect square, 16 is a perfect square. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the difference of square rules. So it's 25x squared plus 4y squared. That's a 2. And then 25x squared minus 4y squared. Now, what's really interesting about this problem is that this right here is another difference of squares problem. In other words, it will factor again. So it factors, and it factors again because 25 is a perfect square. We have an even exponent here, and 4 is a perfect square. So it will factor into 5x plus 2y, 5x minus 2y. Now, the one with the plus sign, it does not factor again. You just bring it down. So 25x squared, 25x squared plus 4y squared. Okay, so that is the answer for that problem. All right, and that is all you're doing on this particular lesson, just doing more factoring.